I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intentions, Molly, of talking about this at all. Clearly took exception to some of the things that he heard me say, and he confronted me about it.
Floyd's broke. You gotta understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
I believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof.
Stephen A. Smith has directly challenged Floyd Mayweather over his alleged purchase of 62 buildings worth $42 million. Reports now indicate that Mayweather only owns minor shares in those properties, rather than having full ownership. This has led Stephen A. to question whether Floyd exaggerated his investments to maintain his image amidst bankruptcy rumors and speculation of a potential $42 million scam.
Into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on the regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Stephen A. Smith has never hesitated to give Floyd Mayweather his due respect, consistently applauding his accomplishments in the ring. He frequently emphasized Mayweather's discipline, impeccable defense, and undefeated record as evidence of his boxing greatness. For Smith, Floyd wasn't just a champion. He was a brilliant tactician who mastered the art of winning without taking damage, earning admiration from fans and boxing analysts alike.
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
Things began to shift once Mayweather transitioned into exhibition matches after his official retirement. No longer fighting for legacy, his return appeared more financially driven. The bout against Logan Paul, a YouTuber-turned-boxer, stood out as a clear example. Smith criticized the matchup, noting that Logan posed no real threat and the event lacked any meaningful competition. For someone of Floyd's stature, it seemed more like a cash grab than a testament to greatness.
Boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I just believe.
Stephen A. continued his criticism beyond the Logan Paul fight, voicing discomfort with Mayweather's broader exhibition strategy. While he admitted that fighting Conor McGregor made sense due to his MMA background, he felt Mayweather crossed the line after that. Picking low-risk opponents purely for financial gain, according to Smith, undermined Floyd's legacy. The shift suggested Mayweather was more focused on padding his bank account than preserving the greatness he once embodied.
Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match, all right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it.
In a direct interview, Stephen A. asked Mayweather, "What matters more, your money or your legacy?" The question demanded reflection, but Mayweather's responses kept circling back to finances. He boasted about his business acumen and how much revenue he generated. To Stephen A. and many others, it seemed like Mayweather was prioritizing wealth over the respect that comes with a legacy.
You made money. You're gonna make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is, I made smart investments, and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
Well, we ain't gonna say more than money. We know better. We're not gonna say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that they are entrepreneurs. They are bosses. I don't want my kids to have to answer to nobody. So I will take the long road. I will take the bumps and the bruises for them, for my loved ones.
But fear.
This money-focused image has influenced a new generation of athletes. Stephen A. argued that today's up-and-coming fighters don't admire Floyd for his skills, footwork, or legendary ring IQ. They admire his bank account, the spectacle, and the persona. According to Smith, this is damaging to the sport, as it sends the message that money matters more than mastery, undermining everything Floyd once stood for.
It's the businessman in Mayweather they actually love even more. As the sun clearly set on the boxing career of Mayweather, many can reflect on a lot of things about the man. He wasn't a Mike Tyson-like knockout artist, or even Tommy the Hitman Hearns. To many, he wasn't even Sugar Ray Leonard. He certainly can't be confused with Muhammad Ali or any other fighter who's ever been socially conscious. No doubt he was guilty of domestic violence, as our very own The Undefeated accurately pointed out. He definitely had his share of boring fights that didn't give the people what they actually wanted to see. But that ain't the legacy these athletes are paying attention to. What they're paying attention to instead is the $1 billion plus Mayweather has earned in his career. How box office he made himself. How he's been his own boss, answerable to no commissioner, no owner, no GMs, and barely even the fans for the last decade in achieving unprecedented wealth, fame, and control of his own name, his own brand. And how despite strenuous efforts by so many to bring him down, they simply weren't able to do it. You want to see an athlete drool? The idolized displaying deference and respect? Watch!
This became painfully clear when Floyd was asked why he chose to fight Logan Paul instead of a higher-profile boxer like Tyson Fury. Floyd's response was simply that Logan had more followers. To many, including Stephen A., this showed that Mayweather's priorities had shifted. He wasn't boxing for legacy or challenge anymore. He was boxing for attention and money.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
At one point, Floyd Mayweather was the highest-paid athlete in the world, not just in boxing, but across all sports. That reputation earned him respect, but now, with new details and rumors about his finances, his legacy is taking a hit.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
Mayweather has long flaunted his wealth, one of the most notable displays being his $1.8 million watch, an extravagant flex that stunned even the most seasoned celebrities. From Bugattis to private jets, his life was a constant show of excess. However, those same displays of wealth are now being re-examined under a different light.
How much is it? $1.8 million. $1.8 million watch. $1.8 million?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1-8 is high. 18 life.
Dad, happy birthday, champ.
That's how we doing.
1 point. That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he's saying.
Money green.
Hold on.
This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 1 of 1 piece. Let's see the back.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That 1 of 1. $1.8 million.
It's a 1 of champ.
Adding fuel to the controversy, former UFC fighter and analyst Chael Sonnen revealed an uncomfortable truth. He claimed that the Mayweather versus McGregor fight was not as financially successful as it appeared. According to Sonnen, many of the sold-out seats were filled with people dressed to create the illusion of a full crowd. Before Floyd became Money Mayweather, he was already facing serious financial trouble. Reports revealed he had borrowed $2 million to avoid jail time for unpaid taxes, showing a man on the brink of collapse, not a financial genius.
Me and Eric B. were at, from Eric B. and Rakim, we were at the Mondrian. Floyd Mayweather was there. He had some tax issues. He was about to go to jail, but that's before Money Mayweather, that's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Got you.
He was speaking to E. He needed a couple of $1 million to stay out of jail. I called my man Neil, who I was rocking with heavy. He owns Scunty, the hair accessory company. Everybody thought I was crazy. I said, yo, loan me $2 million. I want to sign Floyd. He flew out, loaned me the $2 million, and from there on, we were in the boxing business.
The numbers don't lie. At one point, Floyd reportedly owed the IRS $22.2 million. For someone claiming to be the wealthiest athlete alive, that kind of tax debt raises serious questions.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Even rapper 50 Cent, once close to Mayweather, chimed in. In interviews, he revealed that Floyd spent recklessly on everything from jewelry to gambling, eventually finding himself broke. According to 50 Cent, Mayweather's return to fighting YouTubers was not a choice but a necessity. He needed money.
I believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof. Watch this.
He asked me to help him, so I could stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because
you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again.
Yeah, I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the paper doesn't mean the corporation isn't valid. So I could actually, technically it trademarks the term of it because his entire corporation is built on it. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because it's just not. I just said it, and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that.
Damn, you and this guy, man. I thought y'all was good again.
We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up with conversation? I don't even care about what they're doing.
So there's still some static.
No, it only happens when it's time. It's time to build some type of energy or some sort of press. Right. It's time to make a fight, and then that happens.
So through the BX Fight Club, you met someone,
Isaac, right? Because they had to legalize it on paper to turn it into like a dark show, like when they don't have television involved with a boxing event. Even Floyd, like when you make yourself like we got issues over here, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money going.
So the money's really going?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
Oscar De La Hoya, another legendary fighter, also weighed in with criticism. He urged Floyd to stop embarrassing himself, stressing that legacy should matter more than clout.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
When news surfaced that Floyd had donated to homeless shelters in Los Angeles, it briefly sparked admiration. However, that admiration quickly turned to confusion when Mayweather posted on Instagram showing he was still in Dubai, which contradicted the timeline of the donation. Was this an attempt to repair his image? If so, it backfired, raising more doubts about his credibility. The situation worsened when Gervonta Davis, once mentored by Mayweather, made a shocking claim. According to Davis, Floyd wasn't on a world tour as he had claimed. Instead, he was being held hostage in Dubai over unpaid debts for luxury jewelry and items.
Let's talk about this picture of Mayweather in Dubai that's going viral. Here's the backstory. According to Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather is being held hostage in Dubai over unpaid debts. Boxing agent Rick Glazer confirmed Davis's comments by saying Floyd is desperately trying to work things out with Dubai's court system. And that's why my comment, blink twice if you're stuck there, on this post is getting a lot of attention. Mayweather still hasn't addressed the situation, so stay tuned.
While Floyd posted photos and stories claiming to be on a global tour, Davis insisted that Floyd was actually stuck in Dubai until his debts were settled. This revelation added even more suspicion regarding Mayweather's current financial status. Floyd attempted to cover up the truth by claiming he was on a world tour, but Gervonta Davis exposed the lie, revealing that Floyd was actually stuck in Dubai due to unpaid debts.
Turns out that the rumors were true and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.